another 10 minutes. You know, like my kid eventually figured it out at first, but he was struggling with it at first, and it's hard to explain. You know, hey buddy, I know you were having fun running and gunning and playing the game, you know, the natural way, but now what we're gonna do is pause, and we're gonna hide behind some walls and shoot at these guys. And you know, he's just trying to mash on the shoot button, and the guy, like the character, just looks at you and shrugs because you know, it can't figure out what they, you know, like it's trying to force you to do the cover mechanic. Um, so that's just kind of a point of aggravation. That's another new one right there. Is you'll see it in a second here. Is help. Some characters, generals mostly, of which you can probably name a few, um, off the top of your head if you're a Star Wars fan of any credibility. They can command troops, and this is well handled. Unlike the cover mechanic, which is kind of forced, this is neat because I mean the game's already about like having a trillion guys follow you around and do different things. So naturally, it's cool that you can, you know, get minions basically, and the pathing is done really well. That's something that they've done an exceedingly great job in putting together is all the pathing stuff. Because in some of the old games, sometimes the AI characters would get stuck, they'd get lost in the material, you'd have to switch between them, and now that the games are like split screen and all that, that gets 100 times worse. But this one does a really good job. It's that I've seen. I don't know if my son struggled with some of it while I wasn't watching, because you know I can't be watching him every minute of the day. I mean, come on, it's tough to parent, guys. No commentary on my parenting. What matters is that... Oh, and here's another new mechanic, so jumping back into the game. You can... The advertisements and all that build this as a... choose the way you want to do it mechanic, so you can, you know... build... Like it would be like for any given situation, there might be two solutions, right? One is, say, build a kite, and the other one is, say, build a piano. And that was kind of what I was looking for when I looked on the box. But in actual application, what it means is that, and you're about to see it here. So these glowing yellow objects, you can, after you build them, you can smash them and rebuild them. And they always have 2 or 3 different features. So this one, you know, like you can see the things that you could possibly build with it. So you'll build one of them, which was the gun, which allowed us to open the thing. Do I need someone special for this? I do. I need help. Friends, I need you. Circle. Building. So really just, all it means is that you can reuse these particular blocks, which is cool. I mean, it's a cool mechanic. It's well handled. So far, I haven't seen it not really work out. The controls behind it are a little bit sketchy because you have to basically hold the build button, which you normally do, but then you have to pick a direction, and like it's trying to highlight it for you, and it's also trying to show you up there, but it can get a little weird in your brain. R2, can you hook a brother up with a little juice? There we go. Now my son figured this out super fast. Yep, it's that easy. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, because he's always pressing button. Oh, all you have to do is spin it, and when it finds the right position, there we go. Got it. Something that's been talked about a lot, especially since LEGO Marvel Superheroes plug number 670,000, is that, the LEGO games, they keep making these games, and they're awesome. You can do so much in these games. They got huge varied casts and tons of, just tons of stuff to do, and this one appears to be no exception. I mean, maybe it'll turn out to be a huge disappointment. The last one I played, LEGO Batman 3, I mean, that was the third one in that series. Easily the 600th hour of watching LEGO Batman and Robin switch suits and then jump back around. What do I need for that? What do you say? Fully play with an aquatic carrier. Okay, someone who swims. But there's still so much to do. Look at that. Chewie weirdly does not have a grappling hook. Han does, Leia does, tons of other characters, spoilers, do, but not... Oh, I blew it. Oh, I got it, sweet. That's another one. Quick time events. Not necessarily quick time, because some of them you do have to change some things for. Can you aim? You can aim. Let's open this one up. You know, the vehicle segments, look at them, they've been buffed, as the kids say. Fun fact about the PlayStation 4 controller, it will charge if you plug it into just about any USB port, including your computer, or, you know, even a not floor, but, you know what I mean, like, there's probably stuff up in the trees, secrets and stuff. Yeah, that was fun. Can I shoot some stuff over there? It'll plug in, it'll charge just about anywhere, but what it won't do is it won't wake back up. So if it dies and you have it plugged into your computer, hitting the guide button will do nothing. I presume because it's trying to send the signal over the wire and not wirelessly. That's just a little tech boredom for you. Anywho. So this game is awesome. I was not going to do like a let's play of something as simple as this because I could really sleepwalk my way through a Lego game. I mean, they're fun, you know, but for starters, this is Star Wars, which is something I know backwards and forwards and backwards again. It's a Lego game, which is super duper easy. It's not really challenging, and the really most significant part of it is that, you know, I wanted to kind of try and watch my kid do it to really appreciate it the first time. Like, he enjoys these games immensely. I think I've already said that a couple times. And I thought that this would be a fun experience for both him and for me. You know, the first time Lego Force Awakens would play it, you know, like we do it together. We can't do it co-op because I don't have a second PlayStation 4 controller. But we can certainly, you know, watch it together, hang out together while we do it. I mean, we always... this is a stupid line of thought, conversation. But I was fortunate that he ran through most of the game in the weekend. I mean, he's like me. He can game. He can spend long periods of time in front of the controller, in front of what have you. And, I need that back, because I gotta shoot some stuff. You know, he's got the longevity, and that's cool. But, I don't remember where I was going with this, and I can't light this up. There we go, 2. Where's number 3 at? I don't know. I love these games. My kid loves these games. Is that someone on my team, or is that a bad guy? That's probably a bad guy. I see goldenrod. There's number 3. Come here, number 3. Here. You can't get it. Can't get it from here. Yeah, like, they've cleaned a lot of this stuff up. In the olden games, they would have, like, made super huge concessions to keep you from having to do stuff like that, from having to turn around. But now I think by this point they've accepted that everyone who's playing these games is a gamer of some sort. Like, they've got some skill level. Who are you shooting? Are you shooting good guys or bad guys? I don't know if you're on my team or not. Are you on my team? Well, if you were, you're dead now. No, you're on my team. I am sorry. Who's in there? Oh, Han, I'm sorry. I'm the worst. I love you. I know. Kaboom! Sorry about your ad, sucker. Can I go up there and get those guys? I bet I can. Or maybe I have to build something. Sorry. Can you jump? No, because you just hop out of them now. You definitely gotta use the new build mechanic, which I saw my son struggle on this part because he parked his ad head right here in front of it. I'm sorry. At ST. Atst. How come nobody ever came up with a good... I mean, someone probably did. This is Star Wars. Someone definitely did. I'm sorry. It's been done. Alright, so first and foremost, we want to build that thing. Right. Whoa. I stand corrected. You know, I trashed the system because I thought maybe you had to, like, all it did was it provided you multiple options. This came from the Death Star.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design. You, like your father, are now mine.
Underestimate the power of the dark side.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy.
I will not fight you, Father.
You failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
The,
will not be turned. You will be destroyed.
the dialogue edits, I may say, are really well done. I mean, no one's, you know, checking in here to see my review of this game, but, or at least not my review of the writing in this game. But I can say that the dialogue edits are really, they did a really good job. Even certain scenes that take place in Force Awakens that certain people may have not already seen, they did a really good job of, I mean, it's portrayed. It's not like they were able to completely get away from it, but they certainly danced away from the, you know, the viscera of it. Now, my kid, it doesn't matter. He's already seen Force Awakens. He's seen all the Star Wars movies again and again and again and again. Use the Force on you, man. Luke, just choke him, man. What can I do with these guys? Oh, I can move them around? Oh my god! Bring him here. And just gut him. Oh, that would be sweet. That's kind of what I was talking about, you know, some people want the people to make games in the vein of Lego, but in real games. Like Marvel Ultimate Alliance was a really cool game that had a lot of cool stuff going on for it, but it pales in comparison to plug number 15. The amount of cool superhero stuff that's in Lego Marvel Superheroes. So it would be nice for someone like Rocksteady or whatever team did Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I think they work for Activision, which is a shame. To do a game that's just like that, like literally identical, like shot for shot. Don't use Legos unless you really, really want to, but you know, shot for shot. Just do that game with the actual real characters, and you know, give it a good plot, make it visceral, whatever. You know, kind of like Arkham Knight, or I mean, I guess what we need to start with is we need to actually make some good superhero games. Because there really haven't been that many. Batman, the Arkham series, those are fantastic, but they're done. And I'm trying to think, what other ones are there? A couple of the Spider-Mans are good, but a lot of them are terrible. You broke it again. The X-Men, you know, they had, just come here. There we go. Oh, I bet that was his super attack. So another mechanic in this game that's actually pretty sweet is you can... Oh, is that not going to work? Is he doing that? I broke it. Let's try this again. No, I guess you gotta do both. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's the illusion of choice, you know. On that other level, I turned on the movie or whatever, and the guys started watching it. And that's how I ended the level. When my son did it, he built something else that did something else, which I won't spoil for you in case you want to play the game. Silly. So I guess in some cases they are real choices. And
Your feeble skills.